I have a dream. That was Martin Luther King Jr.'s probably most famous statement that most people are familiar with that. Today marks the 25th anniversary of the Martin Luther King holiday, the national holiday here in the United States. But his impact was not limited to just the States. It was worldwide.
Absolutely true. Dr. King stood for social justice, civil rights, racial equality. His most famous speech that you talked about, Steve, was on the steps of the Lincoln Memorial in August of 1963. I have a dream. And that dream that Dr. King had, and for which he really gave his life, literally, is still a dream that is not fully realized in the United States and most other countries yet today, despite all the social engineering, government programs, and goodwill and good intentions. The dream of equality, the dream of erasing poverty, of even class distinctions, is still something that is out there in the distant future for all of mankind. But you know, Steve, I think the idea of a dream really begins inside with each one of us. And the realization of what Dr. King wanted must begin with the individual.
It has to. In fact, Dr. King was a controversial figure. Certainly people loved him, people hated him. And yet, what did he stand for? He stood for that ultimate goal that really is a spiritual goal, even though he may not fully have understood some of those things. It is amazing that Christ had a dream, and he talked about this dream that just wasn't something that was ethereal, but something that literally was going to take place, that there will come a time when things will be right, when he will return and right this world the way that it should be.
Well, the ultimate dream that Jesus talked about is the dream of the kingdom of God, which is not just, in a sense, an ethereal concept, but a very concrete reality of life. And that begins all of what, again, Dr. King wanted and what we all want with the idea of social equality really does have to begin inside in the way we look toward God and then the way we treat one another. Without distinctions, without prejudice, without enmity, hatred, anger, evil, all of those things need to be completely taken out of our lives.
And they start with the individual.
Starts with
Each of us have to do that.
Right, with the individual. What Dr. King did is he had the courage to stand up in his day and his time and say, this must stop here. And however one may interpret exactly the legacy of Martin Luther King, you cannot deny that he had the courage to stand for his principles and what he believed in, and for principles indeed that are eternal truths that we all need to live by.
That's BT Daily. We'll see you next time.